There's a change taking place in America. Approaches to finding meaningful employment for individuals with disabilities are being transformed. Today, advances in employment delivery for people with disabilities who need significant support in order to get and keep good jobs center on an array of individualized options designed to help people obtain jobs they want and choose. This new approach is known as customized employment. Customized employment focuses on individually chosen employment that provides prevailing wages and benefits in settings that are non-stereotypical and supportive, and that offer potential for career advancement.
Everything's on the sheet.
Yes.
Okay, go to it.
The essence of customized employment is that it concentrates on determining the strengths, needs, and interests of persons with disabilities. This approach provides negotiated, reasonable accommodations and the development of supports necessary for an individual to perform the functions of a chosen job. Customized employment is not a single, narrowly defined service strategy to help people get jobs. Rather, it is a blend of services that are designed to increase employment options for individuals with disabilities. Customized employment often features the collaboration of a number of services, such as one-stop career centers, vocational rehabilitation, community-based disability employment and services organizations, mental retardation and developmental disabilities agencies, schools, and other services as necessary. Key features of customized employment services include customizing the job search through individualized, person-centered planning, strong partnerships with businesses and employers,
So, I think we should make maybe 10.
supports and accommodations in the workplace,
As you can see, if you move your
and a collaboration of service with one-stop career centers.
Okay, if you click on each of those, then you can.
Customized employment begins by helping the job seeker to identify strengths, interests, and desires based on past experiences or exposure to work experiences in settings that person may be interested in.
What does being a self-advocate, speaking up for yourself, being self-determined, making your own decisions, have to do with jobs and getting jobs?
The process involves assisting the job seeker in determining his or her own thoughts and experiences, what he or she likes or dislikes, and what types of jobs are of interest. It also involves revealing what personal responsibilities are needed in order to get and keep a job, and how to express to others these wants and needs, the ability to speak up and take a role in planning for a career, and the steps that must be taken to get started. This process is referred to as self-determination.
What you want, what you like, what you don't like, and what your needs are, huh? So
It sounds like you're saying that a job is a relationship.
In the past, career specialists have performed assessments of their clients, usually in clinical settings, in an environment where the job seeker is often nervous or uncomfortable. With customized employment, the approach is shifted so that the job seeker controls much of the process. Career specialists get to know the individuals with whom they are working by learning about them over time, with input from people who have significant roles in the lives of these individuals. It all begins with the simple question, how do people get to know one another?
I think by including the whole family, when TJ brings him home, he'll bring him home, he comes in and sits and talks to all of us about Matt and about, and I think he kind of gets a different view from each family member, kind of what Matt's about and what, you know what I'm saying, and what Matt, about his life, I think that's important. We just never had that. I mean, for him to just come into our home and sit and talk to everybody in the family. I just appreciate that they're not asking me, they're finding out who he is and what he's capable of doing, and that's why I think it'll work.
Impressions about a person based on a single encounter often prove inaccurate and are usually modified after interacting with that person in a variety of settings at different times. We've all met someone and developed a first impression that was then revised over time. Getting to know one another through multiple meetings in multiple settings is critical to assessing an individual's wants, needs, and personality traits, all of which impact the job search process.
Yeah.
Cool. Where's the other stuff you have to do?
We generally start with a person-centered planning meeting, which includes, or can include, their social worker, ourselves, of course, usually two job developers, ultimately, because we can each have a different perspective on what we hear from the person, and we can each think of different questions, that sort of thing, you know, just to get the whole overall picture. Their parents, usually, and maybe a friend, maybe someone, maybe an old ex-teacher if they have time, if we can get everybody together, because it's very helpful. The more people you have that know this client or this job seeker, the better.
Seth Krinchinsky is embarking upon a new path. He and his roommate, Mantonio Young, are both receiving living supports and learning how to manage their autism.
I'm Nan Krinchinsky. I'm Seth's mom.
Today is Seth's person-centered planning meeting, at which he will work with family, friends, and support workers to begin the planning for a new career path.
Seth's history, major events that have happened in Seth's life.
Well, our dream for you is for you to find a job in the community.
During the planning meeting, the people who make up Seth's circle of support will address his interests, hobbies, dreams, and aspirations, what skills and talents he possesses, including such things as his manual and physical skills, artistic talents, people skills, daily living skills, and his ability to use tools and equipment. They will also determine Seth's temperament and environmental preferences, any previous work experiences he's had, if there are any specific challenges and barriers to employment for Seth, and potential accommodations that may alleviate some of the challenges to employment he will face.
I'm excited for Seth to take this step, to have all these people here. This is just really an awesome. I just hope that it's a good fit. I mean, I think that I've known Seth for 24 years, and what I think is the best fit may not be what the best fit is. And I would want to make sure that he has a job coach there and supervising him. Somebody's there, a safety person, all the time that he's on the job. Somebody's there to watch him until everybody agrees that to the next step. So I guess that's the most important thing.
Based on information gathered during the person-centered planning meeting, the career specialist is able to determine what type of job duties and settings the job seeker is interested in.
Please.
The next step is to set up situational assessments, which assist the job seeker in gaining more information about work settings and job duties of interest, so that he or she can make a more informed choice.
A lot of times what we'll do is take people out and show them specific jobs and what might be involved in working in an office or working, say, for a store or, you know, in a variety of settings so that they can make intelligent decisions about what might be good for them.
No, that's great. What's your name?
We'll go to employers and say, you know, we have this person who is potentially interested in working in this field, and can we bring them through and have them take a look at what you do here and how it works, and can they shadow somebody for a day? It works really well, and it gives people a good idea of what the job entails and whether or not it's something that they'd be interested in. And we can watch them and watch their expressions and their excitement levels and figure out if it is something that would work for them.
Situational assessments also give employers the chance to determine whether the job seeker can handle the responsibilities of a particular job. It further allows the employers to become comfortable about any of their own concerns regarding hiring a person with disabilities.
There's a lot of tools in our field to address that concern that employers may have. Things like job trials, situational assessments, coming in for trial work periods. All of those tools and others are designed to help the employer to feel more comfortable about introducing the concept of diversity in their workforce. So in today's more relaxed environment, an employer can say, well, I'd like to see the individual at work to see if they really can handle the task, the essential functions of a job I have in mind. And I'd like to do that without the risk of criticism or the risk of, that I have to employ the person. And it creates opportunities for people who probably would just not be given any opportunity at all under old ways of doing this.
This also offers the career specialist the opportunity to observe the job seeker's skills, strengths, and talents that can be capitalized on in an employment setting.
One of the gentlemen I'm working with this program, so interesting and different for this program, is he has this great interest in sports. He played sports until he was, aged out of the system. And his brothers have gone on to play college sports, so he's stuck around the sports arena all of his life. And right away, it kind of clicked. It was like, well, we need to find this guy something working with the sports team and truly customize. If sports is the thing that he loves so much, let's get him working with something he loves. And we've done some job development with a local hockey team, local baseball team, just kind of spin it so that he's someplace where he's going to have fun, where going to work is not this arduous task that you got to tolerate. It's something, oh, cool.
The goal of customized employment is to develop a tailored match between the employer's needs and the job seeker's skills. Armed with information from the positive personal profile, essentially an inventory of strengths, skills, and talents, or a functional resume, the career specialist can now paint a clear picture of what the job seeker has to offer a potential employer. This becomes the roadmap to follow when exploring employment opportunities that exist in the community and in helping an individual represent him or herself to potential employers.
Perfect. Can you go get 3 silverware for me? Go get 3 silverware. Bring them back.